Welcome to OmniTalk, powered by NXTsoft. I'm your host, Amy Rice, and OmniTalk is a podcast focusing on fintech and how it affects banks and financial institutions. On today's episode of OmniTalk, NXTsoft's Chief Marketing Officer, Carly Field, will be talking about the What's Next conference and what you should expect from the event. Hey Carly, thanks for joining me today.
Hi Amy, how are you?
I'm good, Carly. NXTsoft's inaugural What's Next conference is coming up a little bit later this week. Could you tell our listeners a little bit about it and what they should expect?
Sure. What's Next is NXTsoft's inaugural user conference. We're really excited about. Of course, due to circumstances this year, the first one is going to be virtual, but honestly, that gives more people an opportunity to attend. And we have two separate tracks that attendees can attend, the cybersecurity track or the fintech track. And we think it's going to be really exciting. We have a lot of great speakers that we put together, and there's a little something for everyone.
Who is this conference geared towards, and what kind of people should be registering?
Well, initially we visualized it as a user conference for NXTsoft users, but once we started putting the content together, it really is appropriate for, number one, any financial institution, and number two, any business, small to medium-sized business who has concerns about cybersecurity or is interested in learning more about what they need to be doing cybersecurity-wise for their business.
So how should an attendee choose a track? Do they have to stick to one track, or can they kind of bounce between each track?
Well, we have two different ticket types, and if you choose this, if you're not a financial institution, then you would most likely want to choose the cyber track, and that way you're just not your screen isn't cluttered with other options that don't really apply to you. But if you are if you're a fintech company or a financial institution, choose the fintech track, and that actually makes all of the financial institution sessions available to you, but you also can see all of the cybersecurity options, and you can bounce back and forth between each type of session during the different time slots based on what's of interest to you.
So could you talk a little bit about the different sessions that will be offered at the conference?
Sure. Yes, we have some great stuff. A few that I would highlight. One that I think is very interesting is going to be the remote work security. That's very top of mind right now with so many employees having to work from home during COVID-19. And Brandon Jarrett, the president of our Threat Advice Division, will be speaking on that topic. Another one that I think is great, our Chief Technology Officer, Will Blackburn, will be talking about API security and the challenges it presents. We also have a great panel that we've put together, the future of open banking. And I think all fintech companies and financial institutions will be interested in hearing what Ron Shevlin of Cornerstone Advisors and Charles Potts of the ICBA and Wade Arnold of Move have to say about that. I think it's some great stuff. And we're also excited. We have a virtual Chief Information Security Officer panel featuring some of NXTsoft's customers in various industries, talking about security issues, challenges they faced, and what they have done to make sure that their organization is as secure as possible.
Alan Chamo is the keynote entertainer. Could you tell me why you chose him to perform for this conference, and what should we expect from his show?
Oh, sure. I love Alan. I had an opportunity to see his show. He bills himself as a mind hacker, and I think that is right on point. When I attended his virtual show, and it's amazing in how he has been able to adapt his presentation to the virtual world. You don't really feel like you're missing out on anything by not being there in person, but Alan will pick different individuals out off of the screen, I guess you will say, and he will actually do tricks and seemingly read your mind. So you want to be one of the first ones to join. And he won't call on you if you're not comfortable, but you can raise your hand and he can see that, and then he will have you join him on the screen and then perform various different tricks that are really amazing. So we're excited to, start off with something light and fun. I think we can all use some entertainment during these times, and we're glad to have Alan.
So, Carly, how are you going to keep attendees engaged during the conference?
Well, we've come up with an idea that we hope is exciting. At the end of most of our sessions, we're going to have a 5-question quiz that goes over, that just asks simple questions about something that the speaker has just talked about. And you'll just type your name in, questions will come up, you'll answer them. Whoever answers the most correctly in the fastest amount of time will win a prize from NXTsoft. And some of the prizes that we have like a 30-ounce NXTsoft Arctic tumbler. We have autographed copies of Frank Abagnale, who is a spokesperson for our Throw Device brand, of his book Scam Me If You Can. And we have some NXTsoft phone chargers. So what if you're the winner, then you'll just pick which prize you want, and our marketing team will get that sent out to you.
Can you talk a little bit about the virtual expo area and how it's set up and kind of what kind of vendors we have?
Sure. Yeah, the platform that we're using for What's Next 2020 is called Hopin. And one of the reasons why is because of the way that you're able to set up the vendor area and also networking opportunities. So companies will have different online booths. Some that we have are Correlation, Aurora Advantage by CSPI, Keysys, United Solutions, Application Perfection, RAD LLC, Abrigo, First Close, and Allergent. And during our schedule, we have some time built in where you can go and virtually visit the vendor booths, and it's up to each vendor how they'll actually man their booth. They could have a person who is there live, who you can chat with and answer questions. They could have some pre-recorded videos. Some of them may have some special offers. That's definitely something you'll want to check out during those allotted time slots.
So, Carly, since this is kind of a virtual conference and not a face-to-face conference, is there any kind of networking opportunities that attendees can access?
Yes, Amy, there are. We call it like a chat roulette. You're gonna just be automatically matched up with someone that is on the same track with you. So, fintech companies and bankers will be matched with each other. Then people who are interested in cybersecurity will be matched with each other, and you'll have 3 to 5 minutes where you can just ask each other questions, or learn about each other's business or industry or things that you're doing. And they'll have an opportunity to exchange LinkedIn contact information if you want to stay in touch or continue the conversation later after the What's Next conference is over.
So my last question for you is kind of a fun one that I ask everyone. If you could have dinner with anyone living or dead, who would it be and why?
Okay. I would actually say my Nana. She passed away a few years ago, but we were very, very close. She attended Columbia University back in time when a lot of women didn't even go to college, and then met my grandfather during World War II in New York City, and then married him and relocated to small town Alabama, Ashland, Alabama, to teach school and raise her family. And we were very, very close. She is super smart and always was a great sounding board for me, and gave the best advice. So I think that's who I would choose.
Awesome, Kylie. Well, thank you for joining me. I know we're really excited about the conference.
Yes, Amy, I think so too. The team at NXTsoft has put a lot of time and effort to put together content that we think will be really useful to, both our customers and other people who are interested in cybersecurity and fintech. And we just hope it's a valuable use of everyone's time, and look forward to seeing everyone virtually on the 17th.
NXTsoft's inaugural What's Next virtual conference is this Thursday, September 17th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. To learn more about the conference and to register, visit www.nextsoft.com. Thanks for listening. As always, stay safe and stay well.